might be one of the prettiest eyeshadows I've ever seen, so we have to use this. This is from Neem Beauty. That's really, really pretty. Oh, also, you know how a lot of the times I do looks for brown eyes? It's because I have brown eyes, but I know a little bit about color theory, just a whisper. If you have blue eyes or green or blue shifting green eyes, any kind of blue in your eyes, this color right here. And the reason why is because this kind of orangey copper is opposite that blue on the color wheel. I saw that this is in stock on the Milk website. This is my favorite. I'm gonna talk like a robot. This is my favorite eye primer ever, okay? I love my clean canvas, but this is still something that I can use in both instances. I can use it in my most glam, and then I can use it in my just quick throw it on in a hurry makeup. So I feel like this is my most universal. I love it so much, and I'm excited to tell you that I saw, actually one of my friends here told me it was in stock. So even though it's clear, I'm still gonna take a D2 and press this in and make sure this is wildly perfectly smooth across my lid space. Have you ever seen makeup artists just take an eye pencil? Now I have to explain it to you because it's not just any eye pencil, but take an eye pencil and kind of sketch out and start the shape. It's a really good way to kind of lay down a base and get a lot of depth quickly, but it's also important that you use a pencil that's not something like a gel pencil. We don't want a gel pencil. Sometimes those can be a little bit trickier to work with because of the way that they dry down. So you really just want a classic wood clenched eye pencil. This is MAC Costa Riche, which I just repurchased. I don't even know how many of these I've purchased in my lifetime now. But I was like, you know what? I don't have Costa Riche in my life. What am I doing? Also, if you have blue or I still have a cough, friends. Blue-green eyes, this. I'm gonna take a little bit more over here. Actually, let's do a little spotlight halo. It's kind of the same thing. Fun. Even though my eyes aren't blue, it is kind of lightening my eyes a little bit. Look into my eyes. So I'm gonna grab this really warm shade, taking a fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna set over here. And yes, think of this as setting because of that eyeshadow base that we have on. Think of it as setting just like we do our under eye. I'm gonna set lightly through the center. We do wanna keep this pretty open, right through there. Kind of where our iris is if I look straight ahead. E27. And let's go ahead and just press that really close to our lash line. We can let it peek out just a little bit. This is very hooded eye friendly look, by the way. Same thing on this side. You just bring it up higher. Now I have to show you this before I put it on my eye. First, I want to powder my hand because I want to, okay, wait, grab the shadow. Look at this. And I powdered my hand so you know that there's no eye primer. This covers almost all of my hand just by going in one time. Look at that intensity. Now let's go ahead and put it on. The C30 is coming back very soon, spring. Now I do have my eye primer on, but you can see, oh, it's so pretty. It's like painting it on. These are some of the most pigmented shadows in my entire collection. Now I want to take that dark brown shadow, the one that's out here. I want to take that and just kind of press it back into the sides. And this is very, very fussy of me, but I feel that when we take this little extra time, and if you're really into eyeshadow, I want to tell you everything about eyeshadow. It just creates such a beautiful effect that it almost looks like it's lit from within when it's being grabbed and really kind of melted into that darkness. Wow, it really is like painting. Now you gotta take a fluffer, and the fluffer is the E29, it's the bigger one. And you gotta just soften this. We can even kind of just pull a little bit. You can do circular motions. I'm really just diffusing and thinning out the shadow, and that's what a fluffier brush can do for us. Then I'm gonna take a black gel liner and I'm just going to add it. See, I'm gonna skip the center. That's gonna really enhance it too. But the darker you can get at the lash line, the better. I have an E27 ready to just kind of buff it. What is even on my brush? Sometimes I feel like they run away and they just come back dirty. Let's do some rule breakers. Get on there. Much easier to do in the mirror instead of using your phone, shooting into the mirror. Nice. Let's do some correcting. I feel like ever since I got sick, my under eyes have just been sick with me. So that's Cool Sunrise, and then I'm going to use this side of the D2 just to focus it. Now this particular shade is a little bit more forgiving on my skin tone because it's similar to my undertone. It's a little bit darker, but if we're using a true corrector, say I needed something with a lot more depth, it would be darker. I would only want to focus that exactly where I have that darkness. So when you see me do this, this is kind of like a hybrid in terms of concealer and corrector, but it obviously can do the job with where my under eye is. I'm just gonna grab my Dior foundation stick. I do love this. I'm also a little bit drier than usual. This is the shade 2CR. And I mentioned the dryness because if you have anything past slightly combination skin, you will not like this. It is so hydrating and wet and emollient, and I just don't see you enjoying it. I even think that if you have a lot of texture, I think this might be a little too wet for that as well. So I always want to be mindful of who things are for, because do I love this? Yes, I absolutely love it, but I don't want to just scream I love it and then you buy it and then you dislike it. So I heard 2016 is back. I want to apply my concealer. This concealer, absolutely would have been using this in 2016. I want to apply it the way that I used to. We have fun. And the only difference now is I want to blend it with the C32. I feel like I need to fill in that little gap to make this fair. All right, let's see what's gonna happen. Mind you, that was 10 years ago. You didn't hear it from me. 10 years ago. I am actually not upset with this. Now, to be fair, I would probably take some here. That's what I used to do. I think I still have tutorials up on YouTube from 2016. This actually looks good to me. It's extra brightening, and that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it actually looks really smooth. Where were you in 2016? Then I definitely would have taken a sponge and softened these edges. But now we got the C42. Now this is gonna be interesting. I would have set with Laura Mercier translucent powder. Mind you, that translucent powder still had a little bit of a tint to it. Doesn't mean it was a powder foundation. It wasn't that level of intensity, but I feel like this one from Mario is the closest that I have. So I would have definitely set with that. Pretty sure I was still setting with a damp beauty blender back then, but I'm mentioning all of that because it's going to add a little bit of balance and this won't be quite as bright. And that was something that I absolutely remember. I didn't know what was happening because I didn't understand that that wet of concealer, that looks so good though. That wet of concealer was going to kind of enhance pigment the way that an eyeshadow primer does. I think it's kind of fun to revisit 2016 and kind of talk through what was actually going on, even with the products and how they were interacting with one another. That actually looks really nice. I love how bright this is. I am convinced it's the brush. I'm done. I'm just gonna hype up that, but I have not liked, the last time I would have used Shape Tape, I didn't have the brushes, so I was like, no, I'm done with this. This looks, I mean, it's definitely full glam. I'm not saying it's the most natural, but I'm not enjoying it. I'm actually loving it, especially with this eye. Now I'm using this. I wanted to see how this one, I feel like this is even gonna be better on top. I just used the Mario one for the 2016 reference. Scrumptious. You better believe we're gonna use MAC Give Me Sun. I was definitely using this. Hey, we did wear blush. We as in me and a few of us, because that's a big debate going around right now. And I was gonna do a quick little video on it, just a fun little sassy video. But I did want to let you know, because this is literally before 2016, this palette is. Yeah, it's expired, I don't care. MAC Peaches and MAC Melba. We just didn't wear this color and we didn't wear this color. I would have worn this color even earlier, like 2012, 2013, but some of us wore MAC Peaches. Well, we did apply a ton of bronzer. I think I'm gonna do a full walkthrough of a 2016 Glam, but I did just wanna give you some snippets while we're here. And that's really what kind of highlighted, literally highlighted the center of the face, was that really stark contrast. Kind of what I talk about now with the very famous super bright neon blush. Anytime we apply bronzer on that perimeter of the face, it's going to capture and enhance everything else that is light. So definitely something that we still do today. Now we're going to take our Costa Riche liner, and I'm just going to apply it on the outer part of the eye. I'm going to take it out a little bit too, and then on the inner part, and we're going to leave the center bare. And we're just going to smudge a little bit. I can see my old self in here. This is so interesting. Taking this liner from Urban Decay, because it has a little bit of sparkle in it, it's probably not considered eye safe. It's not gonna make my eye fall out. I just always like to be mindful of when I'm doing things a little bit more artistic, just so you know. But I'm a little sassy, so I'm gonna do it. Do a really peachy nude. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And this is still one of my favorite lipstick formulas. I don't know. It's just the perfect amount of pigmentation. And even though they're kind of a classic lipstick, they do dry down, and they do, I'm talking minimal transfer, so they last. They last. This is the shade Peach Cashmere. Then I'll do Maybelline Lifted Liner. This is the shade Player. It's still a little bit warm. Yep, that is fun. So I'm gonna put on some MAC Peaches. Even seeing this is so nostalgic for me. This is such fun. I'm so glad that we're all kind of having fun reliving 2016 makeup. It's honestly just making my little makeup heart sing. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. I'm so excited to do a true, just absolute 100% authentic 2016 makeup tutorial. So stay tuned for that. I'm very, very, very excited. But it was kind of fun to kind of just dip my toes in it today. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I just absolutely enjoyed painting it. And I love you with all of my heart. Until the next video, bye for now.